Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to read on Ilhan Omar today. I've had some requests and comments. People are concerned about her safety, and so am I. She had she's getting harassed. Our president, Trump, apparently made a tweet, retweeted a video where her words, she had made an offhand comment that she was talking about discrimination against Muslims and saying something happened and she wasn't going into what happened on 9/11. So that comment, the way she put that, some saw as dismissive, and they're making a very big deal out of it. But now today, I just watched the Young Turks, um, who replayed uh, footage of the Howard Stern show when Trump, a year after the attacks, was bragging about. Not bragging about. He was saying, yeah, wouldn't it be great to build this on that site, or he was joking about it. And right when the attacks happened, we have that soundbite of him talking about how Trump, his building in there had been the tallest until the World Trade Center was built, and then it was the second, and now I guess it's the tallest again. So, I mean, the comments he has made about 9/11 have been much, much worse than a comment that, you know, was made without thinking in passing, because she was focusing on the after effects for the Muslim community. So, my goodness. Anyway, I do want to tell you all. So, I'm from Minnesota, and apparently, many Somali Americans now live in Minnesota. They emigrated to here. Many of them as refugees. Ilhan Omar was. Because of the civil war happening in Somalia. So apparently there are, I just looked it up, almost, somewhere between 60 and 80,000 Somali Americans here now, or Somali immigrants here now. And Donald Trump just can't get past this. When he comes to Minnesota, he always is sure to say how, we've really had been affected by this influx. And we Minnesotans, most of us, can't speak for all. There are racist Minnesotans who would never speak to their Somalian community members and never get to know them. But we Minnesotans are looking at them like, what are you talking about? The refugees and the immigrants have sort of seamlessly joined our communities. And I actually live in a community, I worked in a community where a number of families had settled. And it wasn't a large community, but a number of families had settled. You know, everything was fine. We're looking at Donald Trump saying, what's the problem? you know, because by and large, these are folks I know as family people, really focused on giving their children a good life. They're law abiding, they go to work, they try to purchase homes that are good places to raise their children. They're I don't know, they're neighbors. you know so I have to tell you guys that if anybody knows Somali American, they're not concerned. I'm not going to say there aren't any that could be they have their own fears, fuel a concern that is so silly. But in any case, I do want to read about Representative Ilhan Omar. She is the first refugee to become a representative in the House of Representatives. And she was, is she the first Muslim woman too? So she's a couple of firsts, and she is pretty impressive. So, how does she weather this politically? Well, we have the Three of Wands. So, yeah, she's not so much watching and waiting. She's not. Or maybe she's watching and waiting, not for something good to come in, but just kind of watching, how does this play out? Yeah, that could be the Three of Wands reversed. And she is not going to be aggressive. She's not going to be verbally aggressive. She's not going to speak out in a similar fashion. She's not going to. She must be planning on taking the higher road. Yep. And I have a lot of reversals in this deck today. Not all reversals, but and we have the Eight of Wands reversed. So right now, that means she is simply deciding to ride it out right now. She's simply deciding that she will hope that nothing terrible comes of this, hope that, it's fine. And she's not going to engage in that. I almost hear her saying, I'm not going to engage in that. She's not going to, she's focusing on her work. Okay. Is she safe? A lot of people are worried about that. Is she safe in the present? Okay. I'm just going to pick 3 so I can show you guys. All right. So we have the 5 of Swords, but nobody's harmed in that card. We have the Fool, a new beginning, and we have the Page of Swords. Okay. New plan. I think she's fine. I don't think her life is in danger. I think, in fact, she comes up with a new plan. She may speak about this. It won't be in haste. It will be well thought out. She is wondering how she can use this publicity to actually shape the discourse in a way that's positive and helpful. So that's what she is up to. What about in the future? Is she safe in the future? Okay, we have 3 cards. What are they? We have Victory reversed. We have 8 of Cups reversed and the King of Coins reversed. Okay, so she's not going anywhere. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. The King of Coins reversed, I do feel like that's Trump. And I've seen that same card, the King of Coins reversed, in some readings lately about him in the near future. Like his presidency is less stable now. It's more destabilized. And so I think that has an effect. But look at the Victory card upside down. Not loving that. I did sort of check in with my intuition earlier here before doing this video. And I do somehow think that all the publicity, she becomes a bit of a target, and campaign dollars are going to go to her opponent in the coming election. A lot will be funneled. National campaign dollars, international campaign dollars will be funneled into her opponent because there's just enough fear of what's unknown to people in this country. There's just enough racism and bigotry in this country that she may not get reelected. But we have hope. We have the Star card. We have the Ace of Wands reversed, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. However, she remains politically active. She takes an opportunity. If she is not reelected, she takes that no and she pursues something else. And her approval rating actually jumps. She actually becomes quite influential, I think. Yeah. She has speaking engagements. She is a leader. So I think for Representative Omar, whether she is in the House of Representatives or not, doesn't matter. She's going to be quite the leader. And she is, I don't see her being in danger. I do think she's going to be okay. She's got a lot more death threats, but I think she'll be all right, according to these cards. And she's just going to take the high ground. And even if this damages her politically and that at some point she doesn't get reelected, she's going to make a better opportunity out of it then. She's just going to find the even better opportunity. New beginning. And she is trying to use this press to shape the discourse. That means, remember, we got that Fool card, the new beginning. She's trying to say, okay, let's talk about this, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think it looks good for her in the future. This doesn't trouble her as much. I thought that this would be troubling her a lot. It doesn't. I'm picking up on her energy, and it's not terribly troubled. It's interesting. She's young, but she's not, you know? Like I almost like she knows the suffering of many of her people in her home country. She knows the suffering they've been through, and she sort of takes that as her own. And she's something of a, well, I don't want to say soldier because she's so non-aggressive, but she's a fighter. She's a fighter, and I think she kind of compares what she goes through to what friends and family have gone through, and she says, "Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing for the cause. You know, this is fine." You know, I think she has that kind of perspective. So she is an interesting woman. Yeah. So I like her even better after this reading. So okay. Well, I think that regardless of where she's planted, she will do quite well and be quite influential. But always for the greater good. She's not a selfish person. So I thank you all so very much, and thank you for your concern. Bye bye.